Brinsley liked looking at the people coming out of the bus and at those who were looking out the window like him, just dozing off. The way they dressed fascinated him. Skateboard dogs, heavy metal gear, or executive suits, or just jeans and t-shirt. The variety overwhelmed Brinsley. He got off at Center Point, where he jostled past a massive crowd there. Faces flashed past him like stock action cameras. He was bombarded with the faces that told him he was alien. Or maybe he was blind to who they were. He looked up at the display and caught an insight of fashion. Some were already being worn by the women who passed him by, and the men who catwalked past it. The dizzy pace of people astounded him. There were so many. Most of the time his eyes would only catch a fragment. A lady's legs, a man's well-permed hair, a child made up as a young girl. His eyes couldn't catch entity. This frustrated Brinsley. He wanted the whole, not just parts of it. What frustrated him more was TV. How the screen only showed you parts of a whole. Brinsley was watching a TV in one of the shops. It was a music video where the guy was singing a love song. It was a silly love song, but what struck Brinsley was a woman in the video. How she tantalized the viewer. Brinsley watched on and thought he was in love, but they never showed the girl in full. Only parts of her body that aroused the viewer. Never the whole girl. There were many of them, so beautiful, but yet so unknown. How unreal the screen made the girl. It was makeup and clothes, what you will, but she was made up to arouse you. Brinsley was amused. He felt that he made love to her for 3 minutes. He looked around the mall and he realized that he had felt the same for all these women who passed him by. They were all beautiful, so made up. Brinsley began feeling confused as lust shot through his body like a bolt. He was guilty of lustful thoughts and yet he couldn't help it. The lady with the black miniskirt didn't even know she was close to revealing what every man wanted to see. She didn't. Brinsley knew a part of him wanted to see it, but he couldn't face his desire. The line between love and making love was so blurred. Women didn't understand it and Brinsley didn't either. He could love any one of these women because he felt in love so easily, but he couldn't sleep with them because he wasn't sure if it was love. It had to be love, or he would rather remain alone. Brinsley wondered what was wrong with him. He wanted to make love, but he didn't trust himself. Brinsley turned away from the television. Television sold you images you didn't really want to buy, but you bought it anyway. Television is a beauty who went backstage and reappeared as the beast. It painted a world you wish existed, but was only really illusionary. You hated the unreal playing havoc, and these people, men and women, were all buying it, including Brinsley. They were dressed in trends and styles, makeup, shoes, and aftershave they got from television. Brinsley stood by the reels and watched them go by. Their faces were mirrors, and their smiles lost in the reflection.